It's Thursday night, and that could mean only one thing. Well, actually, it could mean a lot of things. But every other Thursday, we come to you live, two severed heads. How's it going, everybody? I hope you're rolling into your weekend nicely. How's it going, Steve?
It's going good here. How you doing?
Good. I'm sure you're busy drawing away as always. Something always in store. If you don't follow Steve, go check him out on his social medias. He always posts stuff as he's going in progress, and it's very cool to see. And so we picked this week. We're going to talk about movies that made us laugh, didn't force us quite like this. We actually laughed willingly, and some of them may be shameful, some maybe not. Do you remember? Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, your list. Do you have any like, oh man, I don't really usually tell people I like this movie.
Yeah, a couple I kind of like are secret ones where I'm like, yeah, I like these.
Yeah, everybody's got it. My I always said my biggest music secret, that I love Huey Lewis and the News. And I'm a huge, I'm known for being like this big metalhead and my classic rock and my hip hop and love Huey Lewis and the News. That shit's.
Yeah, I would have never picked that, man.
Right. So if you guys got a movie that made you laugh, a horror movie, drop in your comments and we're going to talk about it. But then we got some news and we're going to review a movie. Steve and I both watched the same movie, and we are going to review Smile. This movie is over the $200 million mark now.
That's unbelievable. Isn't it Paramount?
I'm not 100%, but yeah, released September 30th, just over 200 million now, starring, as you told me yesterday, Sosie Bacon.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she, you know what? I hope she gets a nod, because her acting in this, it must have took quite a toll on her. Oh my God. It was awesome. You
and I both really enjoyed The Black Phone. We said it was our early pick for movie of the year. Black Phone, 83% on Rotten Tomatoes, did 160 million. This movie's only been out a few weeks, 79%, a little lower on Rotten Tomatoes, but again, just came out, and over 200 million. Have you swayed?
I think I've swayed. I'm now putting Smile just above Black Phone.
Wow.
I was highly impressed. What about you?
Not usually the kind of movies I like, either of them. Not usually in my wheelhouse as far as like the paranormal kind of stuff, and maybe not so much in Smile, but maybe, we don't want to really spoil too much if you haven't seen it, but yeah, I really liked both these movies, and I think still a slight edge for The Black Phone for me.
Yeah,
but I really enjoyed this movie, and I think this movie, Smile, I had more reactions to jump scares than I have in any movie. Usually, every 3 or 4 or 5, maybe sometimes 10 movies, I'll get one. Oh my God, that fucking got me, Jesus. I think Smile, we went to the drive-in. If you didn't know, if you're from the Niagara region, drive-in was bought by Premier. So it's back. It's they're going to put a bunch of money into it, but they had a customer appreciation weekend. And of course, me and Amber went. We went and watched Smile. And I think I jumped 3 for sure, maybe 4. And one of them was actual, oh my God, Jesus, that fucking got me, man. And I should have seen it coming too.
I know, right? There's a few parts in there where I literally jumped. And you're right. After it happens, you're like, God damn it, I should have saw that.
I blame my car speakers. I saw it at the drive-in.
Not to mention, you were probably like pretty strung out after running panels all day at the Frightmare. So
yeah, it was straight from Frightmare. Didn't go home, but we're gonna talk about. You know what? Let's get into that right now before we talk Smile and give our ratings. As I'm looking here, if you weren't at Frightmare in the Falls last weekend,
Not this last one, but the one before.
2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
You missed out. This was a fantastic event. Steve and I were both there. Steve had his table. I was hosting panels all weekend. And Steve, you had a lot of fun. I know you did, just from the pictures I saw.
Oh, man.
You met this guy.
Oh, the Night Stalker from Cobra.
Yeah, Brian Thompson.
Yeah. Look at how big that dude is. Like, and imagine him back in the day in his prime when he was like jacked. Like, what a force to be reckoned with.
A lot of people, like when by the time I got to pick the panels, like there was a lot left still, and a couple I couldn't believe. And arguably the biggest panel I had all weekend was Kim Coates, probably the biggest star.
Yeah.
But this is a horror con. And Bill Moseley's panel was standing room only. There was people that didn't even get in.
Holy.
It's a horror con, right? Like, I mean, yeah. So I wasn't so much nervous about Bill, but I was nervous about doing Brian Thompson, man, because he was just, known for playing that like Cobra, man.
Oh, the intensity on that guy, eh?
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. I wore my Bengals jersey. He's a big Rams fan. They played in the Super Bowl last year. So I got some ribs in there.
Nice.
Yeah, Killer Clowns, Kurt. Love Killer Clowns. And thanks for joining us, buddy. I know your Steelers aren't doing great right now. So
it's on Tubi. So if you haven't seen Killer Clowns, go check it out.
Yeah, definitely. One I was definitely a little nervous about, and for good reason. Marky fucking Ramone. The last living Ramone, not an original, but joined in like 78.
Yeah.
Been there, through the trials.
Oh, yeah.
I got to see them. And I knew the celebrity handler outside my panel rooms this weekend was a friend, someone I know, well, a friend's sister. I know her pretty good too, but she came up to me after Marky Ramone's panel, after he had left and whatever, and she's like, "Hey, Lambert," she's like, "when Marky came out, he was like, that was a really fun panel. I don't usually enjoy these. That guy knew his shit." And she told me that, and I was just like, oh.
Wow, from Marky.
Right?
That's epic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, bigger than, yeah, right? He's a big dude, man.
He's a big guy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he graciously leaned over a little bit for me, so I didn't look so. And
now imagine back in the day for Cobra, all that, and when he was hitting the gym hard and everything, he must have been massive. Like, he was wrestler big.
Yeah, he played football. He had some years in college, and didn't really have dreams of making the pros though. So, but yeah, he also yucked it up with Michael and Leatherface.
In my new bowling shirt.
yeah, looking pretty sharp. And
love that shirt.
The Creeper.
The Creeper.
Must have the Creeper at all these events. Great truck, a great guy that runs it.
Yeah, Kev, isn't he awesome?
Yeah, he's awesome, man.
Yeah, I love Kev.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. Bill Moseley, his panel was absolutely packed, but it was a lot of fun. I brought up Spider Mountain, and
no way, you brought that.
I asked for a show of hands of how many people had heard this, and there was like maybe 2 or 3, and
hey.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Did he say what started Spider Mountain?
He started with a friend, someone he knew for a long time, and he's been in bands before. He played with Buckethead for a bit.
Are you serious?
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is he always a singer?
Sorry?
Does he play anything, or he is sing?
No, he plays. Yeah, he plays as well as sings.
Wow.
And then the legend. I mean,
Michael
Berryman. He just takes over a room. Like, the guy is so well spoken. He's got so many great stories. I think I asked like maybe 2 questions.
and go.
Yeah, but that was a lot of fun. But yeah, is that it?
Did you do Danielle and Scouts panel or not?
No, I didn't do that one, but that one was packed as well.
Yeah.
Kim Coates on the Friday night.
He's awesome.
Yeah, great Canadian boy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was a lot of fun, man.
Remember him in The Last Boy Scout?
What's that?
Remember him in The Last Boy Scout?
Oh, we talked Last Boy Scout for sure.
Yeah.
He said that fall is used in acting classes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he said they show that fall. So the story there was, I'll steal Kim's story here. Bruce wanted to hit him and have him fall into the fountain or bathtub or whatever it was that was behind him there. And Kim's like, he pulls the director's side. He's like, I don't want to do this because, you know what I mean? I know it's going to take a million takes and I'm going to get wet. And I'm going to have to keep fucking changing. And I don't want to do this. He's like, can we just do one? And I guarantee y'all. And that was the one. And the director's like, okay, Bruce, we're going to do one for Kim. Just, you know what I mean? Let's just entertain him. And that ended up being he turned to Bruce after he did the fall. And Bruce was like, that was pretty good, kid.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That was great, man.
So, and then, I'm forgetting his name, but Boggs from Shawshank Redemption, the actor, Mark Rolston, been in so many things, Aliens, like I mentioned, Shawshank, arguably the greatest movie ever made. Like,
oh, yeah. Brilliant.
And we talked, he mentioned that everybody always says Tom Hanks is the nicest guy in Hollywood. And he's like, he's a super nice guy. He's like, but Bill Paxton. And the stories he told about Bill Paxton was just like, oh, it was heartbreaking. And then, of course, me like a dumbass, I bring up the fact that he was in 3 episodes of Murder, She Wrote, because we had just lost Angela Lansbury a few days prior. And he starts tearing up. He's like, man, you're going to make me cry. And he told the stories about Angela Lansbury, and she was just the absolute nicest woman in Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. He said he was close with her and friends with her till the day she died. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, not to bring everybody down. I don't know if there's too many Murder, She Wrote fans watching, but
you know what? That's what I love about the cons is that experience right there that you had. And you got to share that with people in the room and everything. And if you don't go to cons, you don't find out about this stuff or have this experience, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a one in a lifetime experience you had to connect with that person and the audience. So that's awesome, man. That's what I always tell people, like, go to these cons.
Yeah, definitely a great time. Now we have the big sleep as winter rolls in, and we await the spring when con season returns.
I got one more, eh?
You got one more?
Yeah, November 26th in the Hamilton.
Oh,
retro
nice.
con.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess everything retro. So
sweet. And you said what was the date on that?
November 26th, one day.
November. There you go, people. Check it out if you're in the GTA or Southern Ontario or Western Ontario. It's only a couple hours away.
To the Hammer.
Always a good time in the Hammer. Make sure your phone camera's charged.
Exactly.
All right, let's go with our list. Movies that made us laugh. I'll let you go first here, and then we'll roll right into my list. So, in no particular order, Steve's list starts. Where is it? It starts right here. Let's start with The Hunt.
So good.
Right?
So dark.
Yeah.
I love this movie. Little trivia. Do you remember the big fella she met with the beard?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the movie Blow or the movie American History X?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember the big fat guy in it? Like the big heavy guy?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Buddy, that great big heavy guy. And he was also in a TV show. Oh, he always played the big dumb fat guy. And one day he had enough of that and stripped off like 200 pounds, and that was him with the guy with the beard who was jacked. That's him.
Awesome.
Crazy, eh? But yeah, The Hunt, love that movie.
Yeah, Betty Gilpin definitely killed in that movie. And one of my favorite scenes.
Oh my god. Love that.
Yeah, help me up, and then boom, falls back in. Like, just shoot me. Give me that gun, you pussy.
The opening when they finally get like put into that habitat and everyone just starts running is madness, eh?
Yeah.
Like there's like people getting shot, grenades going off. Like it was awesome.
Definitely one of the best openings to a movie. I think I don't remember if it was you that told me about it or maybe my son, but and again, I'm forgetting the name of the movie, but the Overlord, the greatest opening to a movie ever.
Wow.
Right?
That was crazy, man.
Yeah.
And probably, scarily enough, probably fairly realistic too.
Yeah, no doubt. Moving on to your number 2.
Love that movie.
The creepy.
They could have made
garbage pail kid, I want to call him.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. They could have made it a tad scarier, but what a great concept, eh? Like Groundhog Day in a horror movie.
And I thought there's no way this sequel is going to be worth its weight in dog excrement, right? But I loved the sequel.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like, it was really good.
Yeah, I thought they did
it. Like, once the sequel came out, I'm like, all right, this franchise, they're going to milk it already. But it was good.
Yeah, for sure. Number 3, classic horror comedy.
I'm a sucker for British comedy, and this is probably my top comedy to go to. I love Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
When he just walks to the store, nothing's amiss.
Exactly.
And then the end, of course, there's a happy ending for him and his best friend.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah. For those people who, not necessarily don't like Christmas, but like to spook it up.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
I saw that one in the theater with my cousins.
No way.
Yeah. And it is a good movie, but there is like a couple of shock parts with that Jack in the Box thing when it was eating the kid. Do you remember that?
It's been, I probably haven't seen that since the year it came out.
I remember when that came out and I took my cousins to it thinking it was going to be more like, haha, kind of scary. And I look over at my cousins when the feet of that kid was sticking out of that thing's mouth. And I'm like, oh shit. Because their faces were like.
Yeah. And then, so I can piggyback on mine. They broke the mold when they made these horror comedies.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, man. So good, eh?
Yeah.
I would have to say Raimi started it all.
Yeah, it'd be hard to think of another horror comedy that did at least really well before that. I mean, what was the Mel Brooks one?
Oh, that got me thinking of the Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks
Frankenstein.
Yes, Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein. Thank you.
Yeah, with Gene Wilder.
Yes. Yeah, but Army of Darkness, so many great scenes.
It is so good. I could watch it over and over. There's Bill Moseley right there.
So many big laughs. And it's a great movie despite those awful, awful skeleton fights.
I know, right? Weren't they great?
I think it's probably my favorite part.
Yeah. I like how at parts you can actually kind of see someone just whip a skeleton at him, and he's kind of like, haha.
Yeah. Oh, I could watch that all day, literally.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go in reverse because Evil Dead is definitely my number one horror comedy franchise, and
Nice.
it started with Evil Dead 2 for me. I didn't see the original before seeing this one, so right away I was hooked with the humor aspect of it. The scene where all the shit in the living room just starts coming alive, and fucking he just cracks. The fucking deer's laughing at him, and the fucking and then his hand goes against him.
Oh, that's right.
Another great scene.
That was so good.
Just Bruce Campbell is the king of horror comedy for sure.
He is.
We got so many great like all those great things we got from it. Just Ash versus the Evil Dead. Maybe not the remake, but now we're waiting Evil Dead Rise. So
Yeah.
Bubba Hotep.
Yes, Bubba Hotep, so good. That's like a hidden gem.
Yeah. My next one, love this movie.
Oh my God.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Alan Tudyk from Resident Evil. He was Pirate Steve in the Dodgeball movie, and he was the voice of K2SO in Rogue One.
Really?
Yeah. Also Jason. No, sorry. Tyler Labine, the other actor. I like this guy. He, recently, Amber's been watching a show called, I can't remember what it's called. It was a hospital show, fairly new, but she really liked him on that. But I've seen him in a lot of comedies. He actually had a couple failed sitcoms that only made it like 1-2 seasons. One of them I really liked, Mad Love. It was him, Jason Biggs, Sarah Chalk, and Judy Greer from the last couple Halloween movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really funny. I think it lasted like 2 seasons. That happens with shows. Next, I'm not going to apologize for this one. Not only did I laugh at this movie, I love this movie. And when I recommend it to people who aren't in the know, like my friend Jay, who still curses me out to this day for making him watch this movie.
Oh my God.
I love it.
That was crazy, man.
My one issue with the movie is, why did he stay Walrus? They saved you. They saved you.
That was so surreal, that movie.
Yeah, Justin Long, of course, Kevin Smith directed. And this guy right here, Michael Parks, also was in another Kevin Smith movie, Red State.
Yep.
Love Red State. Have I seen Cockneys versus Zombie, low budget British film? No, but I am writing it down right now.
I have not.
Yeah, definitely got to check that out. But yeah, Tusk, love it. The second movie in the Great Canadian North trilogy from Kevin Smith, still awaiting Land Shark. I just went Chevy Chase on everybody. You never go full Chevy Chase. Moose Jaws. Basically Jaws in the Manitoban wilderness. It's basically Jaws, but with a moose. I mean, that can't be awesome. And it'll make everybody who didn't like Yoga Hosers just forget about it.
That'd be good.
Next on my list, I'm getting to my last two here. Zombieland. Woody Harrelson could pretty much do anything, and I would watch it and probably love it.
Yeah,
because he is he's so good, man. He can do it all. And despite recent controversies, that one was settled out of court, and then we had Seth Green come out and say he met Bill Murray once and he dangled him over a garbage can. Bill was so good in this. I mean, Bill fucking Murray. Yeah.
I didn't hear about that with Seth.
Oh, you didn't hear about that one? Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, obviously the court case was a lot more serious. It wasn't a matter of sexual assault, but it was some kind of verbal. It was almost like the Jeff Garland thing, where it was some kind of verbal assault that took place on set, and I don't know.
Oh shit!
We hear these stories, unfortunately, about guys like Chevy Chase, who I mentioned earlier, and Bill Murray. That they're kind of.
I don't see that with Bill. I see it with Chevy.
Yeah, this one, the scene where they find the snowballs, and all what he wants is a Twinkie.
That was so good.
I hate snowballs. I hate snowballs too. Not the taste, texture.
What I loved about Zombieland is when they were ranking the different kills.
Right.
So good.
How did that old lady ring that piano?
Exactly right. That was awesome.
All right, so that's our lists, everybody. Again, if you have a movie that made you laugh that you want to talk about, feel free to interrupt. That's what we're here for, and we'll go off on a tangent like we do. But for now, we got to pay some bills, and we have to mention our sponsor. Did you rear end someone and then drove away and reported your car stolen, but there was an eyewitness? Are you already in prison for a crime you didn't commit? And now they're trying to add time for so-called defending yourself? Or are you a serial killer being accused of being said killer, but they have no real proof because the storage locker with all the evidence that they found was in your twin brother's name, who just happens to be missing? You call Lobster Shark, attorney at Claw, for all your legal needs. They got so many lawyers down there to help you out, specialize in everything. Remember, it's
Lobster Shark, attorney at Claw.
So yeah, man, give Lobster Shark a call. And as promised, I told everybody I would get the number. I'm not going to post it, but I didn't have time to make up a graphic for that. But we got the number. Call Lobster Shark. It's 1-837-666-9355, extension 7. If you get it, you get it. That's 1-837-666-9355, extension 7. So yeah, give Lobster Shark a call, man. But yeah, Smile. We're gonna review Smile. Steve, what'd you think of Smile?
It has become my new favorite this year.
Yeah.
You know what? The filming, I got to give a shout out to everyone in this. Like, the filming, some of the techniques with the way they filmed it with the upside down shots to the music just kept you uneasy. That's on Shudder.
No, I haven't seen this one yet.
No, I haven't seen that. Yeah, it just, oh man, that part though.
That was one of the ones that got me. Sorry, there's gonna be kind of spoilers in this, so if you want to turn away.
The whole film, I tip my hat to them because they kept you, oh my God, they kept you on the edge of your seat and unease through the entire film. Like, I don't think I've ever felt that uneasy with other films.
Yeah, and it was for much of the film, it walked that line of, is this something that's really happening on some kind of paranormal or level, or is this mental illness?
Exactly.
Yeah,
man. And you know what? I hope she gets a nod, because from the beginning of this movie all the way to the end, the transformation is unbelievable. It's over 5 days. Yeah. And she must have been exhausted emotionally, physically, everything, from what, you know what I mean? Like, she just looked brutal by the end.
For sure.
So
yeah, it was definitely a roller coaster. I really enjoyed it as well. Like I said, I think I'm still black phone, but very, very marginally. And for many of the same reasons Steve said, more jump scares than any movie I've watched in a long time. Maybe I was exhausted. Maybe car speakers were a little too loud, but nonetheless, it was a good movie. And I don't usually like movies that I think necessarily fall into this kind of genre, but really enjoyed it. And I'm going to give it the old 2 thumbs up.
Oh, big time. If I had more thumbs, they'd be up.
And I mean, if we had to rate it out of 5, I'd probably give it a solid 4, maybe 4.5.
Yeah, I'd give it 4.5 for sure.
Yeah. Be hard to argue that with you. Oh, you know what? I forgot my last one. I forgot my number 5 as I'm seeing the graphic here.
Oh my God, Willy's Wonderland.
Willy's Wonderland. If you haven't seen Willy's Wonderland, I mean, it's got Nick Cage, so I mean, you're laughing already based on his career choices lately.
Yeah.
We love you, Nick. Come on the show. But this movie, it's basically so this is like a Chuck E. Cheese type place that hasn't been open in years in this town, and he's very expensive sports car breaks down, and of course he can't, they can't fix it till morning. And if you'd like to make some money, because this town don't take Interact, you can go clean up Willy's Wonderland, and we'll pay you in the morning. And the story behind Willy's is that it was owned by this pedophile serial killer. And he brought in a bunch of other creepy pedo serial killer type dudes, and they were creeping on all the kids that were coming in. And when they got found out, they did some kind of like ancient curse to put themselves into the bodies of the creepy Chuck E. Cheese dudes. And Nicolas Cage spends the night trying to not only clean the place up, but eradicate these evil. Yeah, Willy's Wonderland.
What an awesome concept, eh?
I apologize for forgetting it, but there you go. There it is. And yeah, we gave you a review. We paid the bills. We talked about Smile. It's time for some news. Horror news this week. I mean, I don't take my hat off to usually people in her circles, but Heidi Klum won Halloween.
Oh, wow.
Right.
That is she every year she gets better and better. Eh?
Yeah, and I didn't know this was a thing, so I did it like the whole deep dive thing. Yeah, apparently she brings it every Halloween.
Yeah, you didn't know she does that? She has this big party.
I had no idea. Yeah,
it is crazy, eh?
That's awesome. That's a pretty awesome costume.
I don't know how she moved in that thing.
Yeah, for sure. If you haven't seen Terrifier 2 yet, this movie just keeps making money. If you're a hardcore horror fan, it is a must-see. If you're a borderline horror fan, maybe a couple scenes might be a little too much for you, but go see it anyway, because it is getting Oscar consideration. They've actually submitted Terrifier 2 for Oscar nods. For the very at the very least, whether it gets considered or not, the Academy's got to watch this.
No, right? All those nudie snobs have to watch Terrifier 2. That's so good.
Oh, that's worth the price of admission right there.
Exactly.
But yeah, me and Steve both love this movie, and this little girl.
Oh my God, I can't wait to meet her.
Will be in my nightmares forever.
She was so super creepy. The pale girl. Oh.
Yeah. Sorry.
Expect a painting.
I don't want to be the only one haunted by her tonight. All right, that's enough. I'm sorry, Steve. I if I could do anything to stop this next story from happening, I would. But Italian director Luca Guadagnino has asked Universal. It says, "Hey, I want to reboot The Mummy." First of all, if we're going to go Universal monster reboots, let's not start with The Mummy.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's not start with an Italian director. Oh my God.
We love Italy.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm sure I'll watch it. So, and then
I will not.
Not big fans of this next guy. I know Steve's really not a huge fan either. We've talked about this before, but for those who are, there's a Chucky documentary coming out. You'll be able to find Living with Chucky on Streambox in early 2023. So
there's a lot of love for Chucky, though, eh?
A lot of love, man. And I do, if I'm trying to be impartial, I guess I get it, but it's just not for me.
You know what? When I have people come to my booth, I've never done a Chucky piece ever. and they flipped through my portfolio, and especially the last Fright Night in the Falls, I would say 25% of the people, you got any Chucky? And I was like, what's with all that?
Would you say was it just recently, or would you say that's your most overall requested non?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt.
I guess I got to bite the bullet and do a Chucky piece sometime. Like, man.
You can throw some little hidden digs in there.
Exactly.
Another franchise me and Steve do love, Evil Dead Rise. Been a lot of talk about this movie after the last reboot. There was a lot from the last reboot I did like, but as a whole, as a movie, I don't think I enjoyed it. Didn't live up to the hype, as they say, for me. You?
I did like some of the gore levels.
Yeah. The end was next level.
Yeah, that was crazy. But I think they should have made it just its own movie, kind of like an homage to the Evil Dead, not use the name The Evil Dead.
But both the Raimis and Bruce Campbell are heavily involved in this one, so let's hope.
Whoa.
Let's hope.
Really?
And we got a little sneak peek last week.
Look at that. Oh man. Terrifying, man. That's
waking up to that at 3 a.m. Ding dong.
I would be out the window in no time if I ever peeked through my peephole and saw that.
Jeez. Yeah. I would do the reverse peephole like Kramer. No. We've been talking about this for a couple months already. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. We now have a release date. It's February 15th from Ray's Frake Waterfield. Now we find out that he's also involved in, as I sneak peek there, a Peter Pan horror spin.
Man.
Are you on board with this, Steve?
You know what? I kind of am. Anything that like Disney has perverted and had a hand in, I like to see other people break it down.
Tear down the wall.
Exactly. Anything
that
snubs its nose to Disney, I'm on board with.
Hey, Gordon Connor, thanks for joining us, man. If you had a horror movie that made you laugh, feel free to chime in. We're just doing our news wrap up here. So, you know what? Yeah, I'm on board, man. Bring it on. I also found out about another movie that I think it might be out already or it's coming out soon, and not Ray is involved, but it's called Gale Stay Away from Oz.
Yes.
Did you see this?
Yes, I caught the trailer to it.
The trailer just came out like 2 weeks ago, I'm going to say.
Yeah. That looks creepy as hell, where Dorothy's older.
Yeah, so Dorothy's older, and if I bring up the screenshot I took here.
Looks like she's suffering from dementia or something.
So it says, long gone are the days of emerald cities and yellow brick roads. In this dark reimagining of The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy Gale is now an elderly woman broken by years of paranormal entanglement with the mystical realm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of has that Bilbo Baggins moment where he reaches for the ring and he's like, and did you see Dorothy's face in that trailer where her face kind of, whoa.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And if you're not into having your childhoods ruined and have all these nice little cute stories with really sleazy undertones being turned into horror movies, then maybe you want a nice holiday movie. And what better than The Killing Tree? The Killing Tree is out now. You can watch this on Google Play or wherever you find your movies. We won't mention any sites on here. But this one is, as I look for my notes here, this one is on Christmas Eve, a scorned widow casts an ancient spell to resurrect her executed husband. However, when the spell goes wrong, the husband is brought back as an evil Christmas tree, hell-bent on getting revenge on the ones who caused his execution. That's got family fun written all over it.
Exactly. I love that tagline: "Deck the halls with blood."
It's so easy, but it's so good.
It is, eh?
Yeah. One that I hope Peacock treads very, very lightly with, as we come in here. Ghoulies was a very Ghoulies is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was for sure a good one. One they better tread lightly with. Peacock is going to come out with a Camp Crystal Lake prequel. It's going to be before the Jason Voorhees thing. Well, at least before he turns into big grown-up Jason Voorhees, for what we know. But yeah, Peacock. What do you think about Peacock grabbing this and running with it?
I don't know. So I guess we're going to see a lot more of Pam, or the mom,
Yeah,
and young Jason, and possibly leading up to him drowning.
they almost have to, right?
Yeah.
If they go any other way without Mother Voorhees or Jason involved in the camp or that timeline at all, it seems like a fail for at least the hardcore fans.
Yeah. Yeah, and I hope they don't put some weird curse on the camp before this and all. Just run with Mother Voorhees and everything.
Yeah. Like I said, yeah, I really think especially because it's Peacock, I think they might try to appeal to the masses, and that's going to screw over guys like us.
Yeah.
But I hope I'm wrong. When I shit on franchises or reboots that I love, I really hope they do well, because when the idea of Solo came out, I was like, fuck this movie. They're going to try and get a young Harrison Ford. No fucking way. This is going to be Star Wars' first bomb. No. I love it. I'm one of those guys that's so upset that we're never going to get that sequel.
Yeah. I was the same. I said it shouldn't have been made. I went to see it and I loved it.
So many good throwbacks, so many good moments. Chewie and him meeting, and then that end setting up, the Jabba storyline.
Yeah.
And Maul, come on.
Crazy when Darth Maul at the end. Damn.
Yeah. Come on, Disney. We need it. We want it. Yeah. You know what? I have loved everything Star Wars. At least more like that I did not like in everything they put out, even post Disney. Not post Disney, but post Lucas. You know what? The last 3 episodes of Andor. Oh my God, man. So good.
Oh yeah.
So good. The last 3 episodes. I mean, I've enjoyed the whole series. I will agree with some people have told me it got off to a slow start. I suggest watching the first 3 episodes as one, because it does kind of tie a little mini story, and you kind of get that satisfaction after the 3rd episode. But the last 3 episodes, oh my God, it has that Rogue One feel to it. It's just, oh my God, so intense. The last 3 episodes, I just love it so much.
Wow. Okay, I got to get caught up.
Yeah,
that was like the ending of Kenobi, the Kenobi one. Did you see that?
Yeah.
When he cut open Vader's helmet and he realized it was Anakin and he apologized to him. Oh my God, that was like a punch in the heart. I was just like, oh, so good.
Scream 6 has a release date as well, March 10th, 2023. And creators, I don't have who actually released this statement, so don't quote me on it, but it was reported that they said you won't even miss Nev Campbell in this one. Really? Even if you're that confident that you think, as a fan, watching this movie, I'm just going to be like, oh my God, this movie is so good. I actually didn't even realize, Nev Campbell didn't even come back for this one. But to come out and flat out saying it after not giving her the money she deserved for a movie she wanted to come back for, that's
a pretty dick move.
Yeah. Well, Hollywood's a dirty business. Anybody doesn't think otherwise is kidding themselves. But a lot of controversy over this last Netflix series. I remember when the case happened, it was the biggest thing to hit, television, and God knows how long it was before the OJ trial. Dahmer, man, like that. Evan Peters killed it as Dahmer, and Netflix. It's doing so well in the ratings that they want 2 more seasons, not of Dahmer, but we're going to get 2 new series featuring different killers.
Okay, can I put my hand up to say Ed Kemper and that actor from the Netflix one?
Right? Did he not do such a fantastic job as Kemper on Mindhunter?
Yeah, that's it, on Mindhunter. If they can get that same actor and have Kemper on there, oh my God, that would be great.
People wonder why, and I kind of made a joke about, white people liking serial killer documentaries when I was doing the other show that I do. And Zeus, or Ryan, however you know him, said, I'm glad you said it, because I can't say that. And it's not even, it's the fascination of these people's minds is what has always intrigued me.
Me too.
Kemper is one of the most fascinating serial killers to ever.
Yeah, for sure. The fact that his intelligence level is far beyond what most can comprehend, and just the fact that he has absolutely no compassion. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have something to add. The other day at work, the name Luca. Okay, girl Misa. I said, you know who that is? I said, Luca Magnac. She's like, no. Yesterday I go in, she goes, Amber, I watched Don't Fuck with Cats instantly that night. You know what I mean? She said, it's mind blowing. She watched the entire thing, binged it, and I just mentioned his name.
Yeah, Ed Gein would be a good series if they can get the right actor. Yeah, definitely.
Wow, sure. Ed Gein, yeah,
another fascinating case.
Yeah, could you imagine them going into that house at the very end, of the case, when they figure out who Ed is and they go in and all that house of horrors is there? Oh my God.
The curtains, the lampshades, the lady suits.
Yeah. Oh, no way. Honestly, I heard in a couple docs that a couple of the sheriffs who went in first had to leave, throw up, and they still had PTSD after.
Oh man.
He's the one that had the family farm, right?
Yeah, that's just awful. But yeah, it's a horror show, so we're gonna end on awful notes. That's how horror podcasts are gonna go, man. We got one more question from the audience.
Okay, an FYI for Steve. The Monsters Inside Me is on Prime, but you have to have a subscription. There's
Which one?
Oh, the Monsters Inside Me, she said, is on Prime.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And that's pretty horrific if you look at the pictures.
Monsters Inside Me.
You don't want that show, yeah.
It's too real for me.
It's
Really?
It'd be some wicked looking graphic art though.
Okay, I'm going to check this out.
What those parasites really look like.
That's awesome. Thanks, Amber.
So thanks to everybody that joined us tonight. This was fun going over movies that made us laugh. Killer Clowns was my honorable mention. We did this story when MGM got bought out by, was it Prime? I'm pretty sure they got bought out by.
I'm pretty sure it was Prime.
Yeah, I mean, come on, give it to us, man. We're ready. I mean, I love the classic still, and I love they got to go old school, practical. I don't want no CGI shit.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, gotta do it.
Yeah,
I'll enjoy the game until then, though, when that comes out.
Oh man, I can't wait till that comes out.
Yeah, Parasites. Yeah, if you haven't seen Monsters Inside Me, it's a documentary type show where each week they profile a couple different cases where people came in with, flu type symptoms or diarrhea type symptoms or headache type symptoms, and it always ends up being a fucking parasite that they got from something they ate, or a lot of times it's seafood. Sorry, seafood lovers. A lot of time it's seafood.
Oh,
that's why
That's why
I don't do seafood.
Oh, no way. So did they pull out a big parasite out of the people or what?
It's pretty awful. what one little tiny organism can do to the human body and just, bring it to its fucking knees. Like,
Oh shit.
scary shit, man. Scary shit. But you know what? We live in a world of scary shit. And that's why we embrace horror movies, because it makes us face our fears. And some of us just like watching people die. Whatever your fix is.
Yeah.
But what else you got going on, Steve?
Oh, other than the November 26th RetroCon, that'll be my last con this year. I've got the Terrifier 3 book in the works. I'm working on a new big giant Plague Doctor piece. And yeah, just cranking away at art, man.
Right on. Again, if you haven't checked out Steve's stuff, you can search him on social media, Steve McGinnis Art Illustrations. Go to his website. Buy some art, man. If you love horror, you're going to love his stuff, because he's not just an artist trying to make money. He's a fan. And when you get people that are fans actually putting their heart and souls into the art, that's what makes it good, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
And that's why the Chucky piece.
Right. Because it's just going to look, you're even if people love it, you're going to look at it and go, right?
Just
So hope you enjoyed the show, everybody. Go check out Smile if you haven't seen it. Over $200 million. It's killing at the box office. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us, Gordon. We enjoy having new viewers, and we'll see you again in a couple weeks. This has been another episode of Two Severed Heads for Steve McGinnis. I'm the Metal Mennonite. Peace.